All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. All right. Come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the USA, the United Snakes of America, which is soon to be destroyed by a nuclear fire. All right, when these other countries all shoot their nukes on ground zero, which is this place, all right, which is going to cause the lake of fire. And what it means in this book when they speak of being saved, that's what you're being saved from. The lake of fire that is caused when all of those nukes hit right here on ground zero. And what it means to be saved is to be beamed up. Okay? If you look at this little pendant here, you see the rainbow right there. That represents a tractor beam. All right? Where the chariots are going to lift you up and, beam me up, Scotty, if you will. All right? So we come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of this place and wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, to get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, and pray for forgiveness. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments before it's too late. And it's almost too late, so it behooves you to get this word, right? Learn the name of the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ruach Kodash, all right? And then get the seal of the living God, Yahweh, all right? Which part of the seal is the names, and then this 100% doctrine from the elder apostles of GMS, all right? Because otherwise you ain't gonna make it through the valley of the shadow of death, and you're gonna wind up getting burned up out here, all right? Because if you do have that seal, all right, then the angels are gonna protect you through this thing, right? Some of us will be martyred, but that's still a win, all right? So, first and foremost, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ruach Kodash, all right? Double honor to our elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. The shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, all right? Shalom, I'm the brother Yashawan, out here to do this work until we get pulled off the street in the famine of the word, all right? So, I saw, they got the right, and they got this lady named, forget her name now, what's her name? I don't even know what she is, but she's a talking head. She's got a little, web page. She's a little famous for being, Where We Go One. What's her name? Starts with a C. Katrin. It's a normal. Anyway, she was bringing out some information, but she can't see in the spirit. Kristen is her name, with a C. All right? Kristen is her name. All right? And Christen, something like that. And she thinks she knows everything, but she don't know. And she looked like a Jake, but I don't think she is, because she's firmly on the side of Esau. So anyway, my point is what she said about what's going on down there on the border in Haiti. What's up, brother? What's going on down there on the border? She said And this is how these white supremacists do, all right? What they do is they try to attack Jake and and demonize, right? And what she said was they disappeared so quick because they were putting them on planes and giving them tickets to anywhere where the tickets said that they were going to go inside the continental U.S., right? And then she fucked up. What? If you know the name of the Most High and His Son. If you know the names, I got it all day. Remember that? Did you ever write it down? You wrote it down? Then you should have it. I'm ready when you are. If you know the names. What are they? See? You don't. You were supposed to, when you see me, you're supposed to come up and say this. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I'll be like, oh, there's my brother right there. I'm going to help you out. Yahweh, you're supposed to say that. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And if you don't know it, you should have wrote it down. I told you all of this. And yeah, I got a couple of dollars. You come up, that means you're my brother. I have to help you out at that point. But if you can't remember it, if it doesn't mean enough for you to write it down so that you could give me the salute, what I'm supposed to do? You understand? So you got to try again. You can write it down now. I seen you pull out a pen the other day and do something, but this is real. You understand? Okay, then it's on your mind. Then you have to remember. Did I see you with a phone the other day? You had a phone? Huh? I seen you the other day sitting down like this. Like you had a phone. You got a phone? Okay, so this is what you do. You take that phone, you point the camera at you, right? And you make a little video of you saying this. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And then you practice that. And you keep it in your head. Because that's everything. And every time I see you, I tell you that. I'm like, hey, the Most High's name is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahweh Shai. So when you see me, you're supposed to come up and say, like this. It's the salute. This is what I respond to. Yahweh Ba'ashim. Oh, my brother needs some help. My brother needs some help. That's how it works. All right? All right? And then I'll come out and start finding you again. I'm like, where's the brother at? Because he's going to salute. When I see him, he's going to salute. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You understand? If you got that phone, you need to do that. Okay? I'd sit right over there and say it again and get it right. Understand? And then I'm here. All right, but we got to get past that. We got to get past that. For Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Whenever you see me, you're supposed to say that. And I got generous help for a brother at that point. All right. So what she said was that they were putting them on planes and giving them plane tickets, and then sending them to different places in the continental U.S. And then she said this: a bunch of them went to the ICE facility in Tampa, Florida, is what she said. She said they went to the ICE facility in Tampa, Florida. And I'm like, wait a minute. So basically, this is what she said. See, in the spirit, and they're letting them in, and you know what they're doing? That's Jake. That's Levi. All right? What they're doing with Levi, they rounded Levi. They're bringing Levi over and locking them up in these detention camps. That's what ICE is. ICE is a detention facility. You understand? They got Issachar up in there. What are they doing with them? So they ain't just letting them out onto the street. And when I'm saying this, I'm speculating, okay? I don't have it on record that that's what they're doing. But see, we know what this devil is up to. He ain't got no time. What is his plan? Well, let's get it real quick. Let me finish what I'm saying real quick. If they're in the ICE facility, what are those things? They have manned these concentration camps, and they're ready to start exterminating niggas. That makes more sense than, oh, we're suddenly just going to let a bunch of Haitians in here. No. It's not what it says in this book. Oh, we're going to open our arms to Jake now. No, it doesn't say that. What does it say? Let's find out what they're doing out of the Holy Scriptures. All right? So this nigga was bold enough to come over and ask me for some money. I'm like, you don't know the name of the Most High, I can't help you. I tried to help you out with that before. And you hey, this is a process, nigga. If you ain't my brother, I can't help you out. But if you are, I got plenty help for you. Uh, 27. Here's what Esau is up to, okay? If you letting Haitians, you giving, and let me further expound. If they gave them plane tickets to these different places in the USA, here's what I believe they're doing, okay? The places where the plane ticket said is where these FEMA camps are. They get off the plane and you're escorted right up into the, into the FEMA camp, right? Where they have ovens. Okay? That makes sense. All right, not, well, we're just going to let a bunch of Haitians come in here and their families with no clothes, no money, no nothing. We're just going to put them out on the street. That doesn't make no sense. We're going to put you on a plane and you're going to get off and then you're going to be put on a bus and then a cattle truck and you're going right to where they're going to do you. That makes sense. That's the devil's plan. Let's get it. All right. This is the book of Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Well, that's Jake. Oh, we got 15,000 niggas from Haiti. And we're just going to open up the gates and process them, let them in, so that they can go do what the fuck they want to in Babylon the Great. That's not how it works. Now, they did use the situation to inflame Esau, make him mad, to get this race war popping, okay? Never let a crisis, never let a good crisis that we created in the first place go to waste. So we're gonna show everybody, hey, we got all these niggas down here, we're gonna let them in. No, you send them right to where they're gonna get picked up, locked up, like she said, they're at the ICE facility. They are? Well, what's gonna happen to them there? And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. That makes sense. What do? We take the headlines, right? We take the news of the day as they're giving it to us. Then we filter it through the scriptures, like what's going on right here. And the Spirit is on us to see right through what these devils are about. They're not about helping people. Oh, we're going to let some niggas in here and let them go willy-nilly? That's not what your plan is. Your plan is to exterminate Jake. It says it right here. So if they're at the ICE facility, you're just going to let them go? No, we already got you. We got you where we want you. How do you go What are they just going to invade Haiti and start exterminating the Levites? No, you cause an earthquake, right? You destabilize the country. Then you say, "Hey, come over here. We got a place for you. It's called the ICE facility." They ain't gonna say that. It's called the ICE facility where we're gonna keep you nice and warm. Matter of fact, let's read that again. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." So your plan is to exterminate Jake. Okay? Yeah, come on over here. We don't have ovens set up over there in Haiti. But we got them over here. So there's 15,000 women and children from Haiti who are Jakes. And we're just going to open up our doors for them? No. Then they wind up in the ICE facility. Well, who's in the ICE facility right now? Issachar, Asher, Zebulon. Okay? Manasseh. Come on now. This devil got to make his move. Who's the target? Jake is the target. Not to give him asylum in Babylon. No. This right here. Okay? Hey, all we got to do, and that's what makes sense to a man of the Lord. All right? And ultimately, that's the Most High. When the elder apostles say, well, we got a bunch of people coming straight into Babylon the Great, right? From South America, they're moving up here. Why? Either to get beamed up or to get swallowed up. Okay? So if you wind up in an ICE facility, which is a concentration camp, or the next stop to the camp, or we lock you here, and then we're going to dispatch you and take you here. Okay? Where we go, we got some Auschwitz, Auschwitz type shit. All right? For you. All right? For the Jews. We finna Auschwitz the Jews. Now, if this gets taken down, then I was over the target. All right? Not that, again, I'm speculating, but that's what makes sense according to the scripture. Not giving Jake asylum, not now. Why? Revelation 12:12. What time are we in right now? There's that word time. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, Jakes, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. See? See? We know what this devil is up to. All right? You can't just run a game on the men of the Lord like this Jake. Right? No, we're not out here to get clowned. We're not out here to get outsmarted or deceived, right? In any way. All right, we got a job to do. We're out here to do it. And it's that simple. All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a sit down. What's up, brother? I'm gonna do a sit down on my theory, right? You can call it a conspiracy theory, since you know, really, probably right over the target there. So I'm gonna do some research, right? Because you don't bring a bunch of Haitians over, let them across the border, give them plane tickets so that they can go to Disneyland. That's not how the devil gets down. All right. Here's how the devil gets down. All right. We know who you are, devil. This is the book of Psalm, the 83rd chapter. All right. Psalm 83:1, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. That's what's going on. Okay? We're going to get subtle right here in a minute too. Psalm 83:5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Right? Who? The tabernacles of Edom. That's as far as we have to go. Okay? That's as far as we have to go. All right? What are they doing? They're trying to cut us off from being a nation. They have to do that. All right? They think they have to do that because they know that the Most High and His Son and the angels are coming after him. All right? Let's get subtle. Oh no, we're suddenly going to help the. We haven't done a damn thing since you kicked the French up out of there, but suddenly, motherfucker, we got some help for you. We got some water and some food and plane tickets so that you could just, prosper. No. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. So he's just being subtle. Oh, well, we're going to, and what they're doing is they're confusing the people. Look at all these niggers down here. Hey, now they're gone. 2 days they're gone. How did you get there in the first place? Right? How did they get there? Oh, well, they walked 8,000 miles. No, they didn't. Okay? You promised them niggas that you was going to let them in America, and you did. Took them straight to a camp. That kind of trickled in there. All right? So we're going to do some research and do some further diligence search and find out if that ICE facility in Tampa or whatever that lady was talking about, I forgot her name already. All right? We're going to find out what's Kristen. We're going to find out if what Kristen was saying is true. Okay? Because if they did go to an ICE facility, they're just letting, what do they do with the kids down on the border? Right? Issachar and the people coming up from Mexico. What do they do with them? Do they just let them process them and let them go in there? No. They separate the children. Right? Then what happens to the children? You think that they're not doing that with the Haitians? When there's an earthquake in Haiti, you got the Clinton administration going down there and leading kids off. Come on, let's go. We're going to take you to safety. No. Come on now. This time, like, hey, we can bring all of you over here and got places for all of you. The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. And at this point, we already know where this thing is going. Okay? About to let a bunch of Haitians in? No. No. Uh-uh. All right, we're smarter than that. We are smarter than that. So, we'll look into that. But that's where this thing is, all right? This thing is right here. This devil is coming in like a flood. This enemy, right? And it's easy to identify who the enemy is through the scriptures. All right? In other words, it has began. All right? It has began. What is it that has began? The fucking Auschwitz files. All right? They could just start rounding everybody up now. And how are they going to do it within the Continental? Whatever we saw, right? If we see that again, right? Next time with Puerto Ricans, right? Or Cubans, right? It could be going on right under our nose and us not even knowing. But that's telltale. When they showed, well, we got 15,000 niggas sitting right here. Now they're gone. Poof. What? How do you do that? Well, we processed 15,000 niggas in 2 days. Come on, man. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. All right. Second, basically whatever came out yesterday is about to come out again. Second, what is it, Second Thess? 2:11. First Thess 2. It's a lot. Second Corinthians, Sluck. Gotta look it up. That's what I put. Must have looked right at it. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Again. There it is. All right, because we know. We know how this devil gets down. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know you got them guillotines. We know you got super hot ovens big enough to incinerate people, unlike what went on in World War II. We know about that too. That was a device, all right? Well, the ovens that were for burning clothes that were contaminated with typhus would not go a long way to exterminating da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? But the ones that they got right here in Babylon the Great, right? That trial run. World War II was a trial run for what? For the real thing, for what's about to go down here to the Jews and the Gentiles, meaning the northern and southern kingdom. All right. And how do we know? How do you know? Okay. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know about the camps. We know that the camps have ovens, right? Crematoriums. How about that? We know about the guillotines. Okay, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. We know that you have a campaign against us. Suddenly we're at the front of the line to take a poisonous dart. All right, and it is what it is. Okay, I see a move being made right now. That is what makes sense. Because everybody's like this. What the hell is that about? What's going on down there? You know? How did they get there? Why are they there? Where did they go? Well, you know what? I think we just answered it. That's what makes sense. Knowing what we do, because we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, knowing what we do, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, well, you got to prove it. Well, it just came to me on my way down here, so let me do some research and diligent research and a diligent search. Let's see what we come up with, because what she said, Miss Kristen or whatever, right? WWG1, right? Wigger 1, right? What she said, all right, and she didn't even know what she said. All right? You think they ain't been rounding up Issachar down there for years, got them in cages and separating the children? What is that about? Okay? Then what? You send them back, or you let them into the continental U.S. and you know, they'll do that with the Afghans. They'll let them in, but they're not the target. Okay? You Jakes are the target. So they're not just letting you in there like that. No, they're not. They ain't letting you in there like that. What they're doing is they're rounding your ass up like that. Like they've been doing Issachar. They ain't just let Issachar in there like that. They didn't do that. They haven't been. But these guys get a pass. Oh, well, let's get them out of there before the Taliban gets them. And let's fly them over here But then they can get jobs. We're going to give you some money. We're going to give you a job. We're going to set you up because it's going to be a whole bunch of available jobs real soon. Once we succeed in our enterprise. All right? What enterprise? This one. Psalm 83 and 5. Start at 4. Psalm 83 and 4. They have said, "Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." All right? That's what they're doing. We could go back to Genesis 27 and get a clear picture on what they're doing. Why? Because they know that their time is short. Why? Because we're in the time of everything coming to the light. That which was done in the dark is coming to the light. This guy's got a short time. They got to go for it. And going for it doesn't mean bringing in a bunch of niggas and letting them go. No. It don't say that in here. Oh, we're finally going to hook up the Haitians. No. Nope. It's another plan. This is the plan. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Not coming to your rescue, but subtly setting you up. Okay? Let's further expose this devil. Sirach. Sirach 12. You know what it is. It's a lucky. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, okay, hey, we know you just had an earthquake that we caused with our weather machine, but check it out. Suddenly, we want you guys to be at the front of the line. Okay? We want you front. We're about to save everybody. We're about to help the people get well. We're going to give them proper health care. And suddenly, guess what? You guys get to be first. That's crouching. That's humbling himself and going crouching. What does the scripture say? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. There's your instruction right there. Take good heed. You know better than that. This devil's got he's got one direction. He's got one switch. He's got a selector. There's 12 positions and all of them say the same thing. Murder, rape, rob, murder, steal. That's what he does. That's his job. Like the shellfish are the sanitation department for the sea, right? They clean it up, right? That's what the Most High created them for. The pig is the sanitation department for the earth. He'll eat anything, he'll clean it up, right? He'll get rid of the waste. That's what the Most High created him for. And the devil he created to murder and to steal. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill. That's the way the Most High made it. The vessels of destruction fitted for, the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. Salakia. All right, so it is what it is. And we can tell it like it is. Okay? And it's your job to get mad that you're being exposed. You hate, being fingered. You hate the truth. But guess what? It's your time. All right? Let's get that. Second Thessalonians 2:8. Let's dig a little deeper in there. Second Thessalonians two and 6. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. Who is he that is about to be revealed, because we're in his time? The devil, Esau. All right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, is being revealed. Okay? If you don't know that that's what it is, well, who's that coming out in a press conference talking about, look, if you don't do what we tell you to do and take that motherfucking shot, you ain't going to be able to feed your family. That would be the devil. And his next conference, all right, press conference is going to be this. Look, if you don't do what we tell you to do and take this shot, we're going to put your fucking ass to death. Now, who would say that? The murderer. He was a murderer from the beginning. Okay, right now, you ain't going to feed your family. You don't take this shot, you won't feed your family. The next press conference, you don't take this shot, we finna put your ass to death. That's next. In record time, like this week, we went from feeding your family to your ass is dead now. Fuck, you can't get into the gym or into the restaurant. Fuck that. Now, niggas, we finna kill you niggas. They're gonna make that announcement soon. If you are a nigger who didn't take that goddamn shot, we finna put your black ass to death. That's what's coming next. They're gonna come out and say it. If you are a nigger that didn't take the shot, line up over here. We gonna put your black ass to death. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. And it's funny. All right. It is funny. All right, back to this. Salaki. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Jump down to 16. An enemy. What enemy? Who's your enemy? In order to know who your enemy is, according to the scriptures, you got to know who you are. First, you got to know who you are. Okay? And we could break it down through the process of elimination. We could go in, find the word nigger in the Bible, right? Hey, well, who are the niggers? Well, the niggers are the Christians. Well, who are the Christians? Well, Christ was a nigger himself. The Apostle Paul was a nigger, according to the Bible. Well, there's a bunch of Jews. Paul was a modern-day Jamaican, okay? And they were calling him a nigger back in the day. So, wait a minute. All right? That's as simple as decoding this. In the last days, the Christians shall be persecuted. That word translates to niggers. Christian is a nigger. Nigger is a Christian. Okay. Well, in ancient Rome at the Colosseum, they were throwing the Christians to the lions. Now, if that's talking about Edomites, that doesn't make no damn sense. Well, the Edomites were throwing other Edomites to the lions. No, it just doesn't fucking make sense. You know? But this is what does make sense. That word Christian goes back to the word nigger. Okay? So the Romans were throwing niggers to the lions. Whoa, that makes perfect sense. They put some niggers in the lion's den. What's that? Was Daniel in the lion's den? Didn't they put that nigger, Daniel, into the lion's den? That's right in line with throwing Christians to the lions. Well, they were niggers. That's what you're supposed to do with a Christian or a nigger. You're supposed to throw them to the lion, throw them in the fiery furnace. What is the fiery furnace? What does that represent? Well, ask Levi right now that are locked up down there in the ICE facility. Okay? What do they got in the ICE facility? What do they got in these concentration camps? They got fiery furnaces. Well, who does that? Who puts niggas in the fiery furnace? Well, you understand? The enemy. All right, the Babylonians were Hamites. I could get the list out. Tyre and Zidon. I could go to Psalms 83 and read right down the list. Everybody's on there. Well, what were they doing? Well, they were exterminating niggas. How do you do that? Well, you put them in the fiery furnace. You put them in a oven. Fiery furnace was an oven. Okay. And through the Spirit, that might happen. You get the elect in there with spiritual power, right? And they're going to put you in a motherfucking fiery furnace, you in a line. Bunch of jakes, one of them, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, the ICE facility. Okay? And then they're going to march you into the motherfucking fiery furnace. And some of you ain't going to burn up. You're going to come out, tear the whole facility down. And the jakes that were in line hadn't entered into the fiery furnace yet. You get to break. You get to break. Because the Most High sent a sentinel up in there to destroy the whole camp. You understand? There's a good side to this thing, too. There's balance. All right? Just like you got the devil who is about to kill as many of us as he can, right? You got the good side. The Most High is going to put down a bunch of devils. That's balance. Straight up balance. So you can't have one without the other. You gotta, and you gotta stay balanced in this thing. Just as motherfuckers are dying to the left and the right of you, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, has the spirit out there guiding a bunch of jakes called the 1/3 to safety. And you want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching through the valley of the shadow of death, from one end to the other, you want to be in that number. What's the number? 144,001/3. All right? The hopeful elect. Tabernacle of David. That's what you want to do. All right? An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a fiery furnace, okay? Or into a pit. All right? He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. A fiery furnace is a pit. An oven, right? They can call us oven dodgers. But in the spirit, guess what? You in that oven, Yahweh Shai might be sitting right next to you. Most High will send an angel, and not one hair on your head will be singed. Right? In the spirit. So, I mean, these are the things that we need to focus on, right? Balance, hope, faith, works, right? Why? Hey, look like they burning niggas. Look like they burning a bunch of wicked ass niggas up right now. And some of them might escape. Like this, oh, I'm finna get on the wrong plane. Or, those that the Most High wants to preserve, they got the wrong ticket. Or able to creep off. Went to the bathroom, didn't get off the plane when it was time to unload. We're in that time of great tribulation, such as never was since there was a nation. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, or a fiery furnace, or cut your neck, or throw thee into prison, cast some of you into prison, where you're going to get some tribulation for an amount of time. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, if you have a sudden earthquake and your whole country is destabilized and fucked up, here comes the devil to help you. I'm finna help you guys out. We're gonna open the doors, the gates of America. We're gonna plant you right there on the Mexican border. We're going to film it for everybody to see. And then we're just going to let you in. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, And though he pretend to help thee, and though he put you on a plane, like this lady explained, they're giving them tickets to different parts of the U.S. What she doesn't understand is those are the parts, right when the plane lands, they can get their ass frog marched right off onto a bus, then to a cattle car. What the hell do you think this high-speed rail is about? We're gonna high-speed rail all the way across Babylon the Great. For what? Well, you need trains to drop niggas off at the camps, right? I'm sure they got some high-speed cattle cars hooked up to that high-speed locomotive. That's not part of the plan. They had a dress rehearsal, motherfucker, to let you know everything is the same playbook. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? So in the spirit, we see exactly what is going on. Well, let's read more about it. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Hey, they're letting us in. Oh, we're in the airport. Oh, we got tickets. What? One more stop? Oh, we're processing? Over here they got to process? Okay, well, shit, we're almost in. How about some of that good food and water in the processing station? Well, okay, now get in this line right, get in this line right here. We're in that time right now. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. I go back right now to Genesis 3:1. That's how subtly, we're going over how subtle his ass is. Genesis 25 and 22. It's luck. Genesis 25:22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. All right? Hey, it's just that same old fight going all the way back. All right? The fight is on. And this devil got you all confused, acting like he's your friend. Hey! Okay? You don't even know who you are or who your enemy is. Let's get that. Figure out who your enemy is real quick. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he, who's he? Your enemy, shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. Now wait a minute. Who did that? Didn't that happen to us? This happened to Jakes. It didn't happen to no fucking Africans. Them Africans had a hand with the motherfucking yoke. They're your enemies too. Not just Esau. It was the transatlantic and sub-Saharan slave trade. That's you, Ishmael. That's you, Ham. That's you, Esau. That's your ass. Okay? Who are our enemies? Do I got to go back to Psalms 83? Again. Therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. That's your enemy. Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Uh-oh, there's them ships. There's them slave ships in the Bible telling you who the children of Israel are. All right? Africans didn't go into slavery on slave ships. Israelites did. Plain and simple. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. You ain't going to see Israel no more. And there, where? Egypt again. We just walked out of Egypt when this decree came down. So it ain't talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about spiritual Egypt, which is right here, Babylon the Great. Confused yet? And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. There's that word enemies again. All right? For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, so, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Now that we have identified our enemies, we can go right back. Never trust thine enemy. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Well, who's your enemy? What did the Most High set up for our enemies? All right. Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Talk about Yahushua, as he spake by the mouths of his holy prophets. That's us, which have been since the world began, right? Like in the beginning, right? That we should be saved from our enemies. Yahushua came, why? The Most High raised up Yahushua, why? That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. You mean our enemies actually hate us? They that lifted up the head hate thee. What is it? They that hate thee have lifted up the head. Who? Our enemies. We just identified them. Never trust your enemy. Guess what your enemy is doing right now? He's leading you into a fiery furnace. Okay? If you don't get out, he's finna lay your ass even with the ground. If you don't take this shot, nigga, not only will you not be able, able to feed your family, we finna lay you even with the ground. That's what's coming. The word nigga and all of it. This devil's finna come out with both horns on fire. Smoke coming out of his ass, a trident, and a pointy tail. He can come out, wings and shit, blowing fire. He's gonna come out and say, "You goddamn right, I'm the goddamn devil, and you niggers belong to me. Welcome to hell." It's called Jacob's Trouble. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers. Who's doing that? Yahushua is doing that. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. That's dealing with our enemies. That we should be saved. How does that happen? How do we get saved from our enemies? Well, let's start at Revelation 1. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Okay. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. Shall wail because of him, even so, Amen. All right? Well, he's coming in the clouds. Well, what are the clouds going to do? Fucking vampire. What are the clouds going to do? Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. We're being saved. And their enemies beheld them. That sounds like being saved from our enemies. Right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. What does it mean to be saved from your enemies? What we're reading about. First, you got to identify who the enemy is. And we've done that. And we're breaking down how we're going to be saved from our enemies. We're breaking down why. We're breaking down who's going to do it. Okay? We're breaking down that they've already started rounding niggas up, leading them to the fiery furnace, or to the guillotines. Let's get the prison camp. Let's get the concentration camps. Let's call it what it is. Let's call a spade, and a nigga, a nigga. A nigga, a Christian. How about that? Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, Esau, Edom, the devil, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Hey, they might lead you straight to the fiery furnace. They might cut your head off down there at the ICE facility. Or the ICE facility might just be a processing station before they take you to the concentration camp proper. All right. So what is it high time for? This is Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time, that now, what now? This now, right now. Now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Right? And what is our salvation? Our salvation deals with the chariots of Israel. Back to this. Tractor beam. Come up hither. And that cloud about to receive us out of their sight. As our enemies watch and are astounded. This is wisdom. Of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his neighbors. And here we are. All right. When they see it, when they see this, when they see come up hither, they shall be troubled. Who's they? Our enemies. They shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Hey, we're out here telling you right now how we getting the fuck up out of here. And it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Strange as it may be. That's how Yahushua got the fuck up out of here. That's how Enoch got the fuck up out of here. Okay? That's how Elijah got the fuck up out of here. Right? It's nothing new. Okay? Hey, this is the greatest story, right, ever told. You know what it's called? The truth. The truth is the greatest story ever told because it's so far beyond all that you've looked for. When they see it, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. When they see what? When they see us out here saying these things, right? Telling you what's going to happen. The prophets of the Lord going out there and breaking down the scriptures correctly. Why are they going to be scared? Oh, you're going into slavery? I'm going into slavery? God hates me? I'm an Edomite? I'm the devil? That's some scary shit. That is some scary shit to wake up to have a lowly nigga, if you will, tell you what your fate is. But you're just a nigger. What do you know? You didn't make it through high school. You know? You don't, haha, nigger, you don't, the Edomite in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. You niggers don't know, you're preaching the wrong thing. Well, not according to the spirit of righteousness that got your ass laid out over here. Okay? You're saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. You didn't keep your foot, and you got instantly judged. Right? Instantly. Is that Isaiah? What is it? Is it Job? Is it Ezekiel? It's 11. Is it? Gotta look it up. Ecclesiastes 5:1. God damn it. Ecclesiastes 5:1. See, this is what happened. This is what happened in Hollywood when the Edomite got stomped out for walking up on the camp, we'll say. All right, and given the sacrifice of fools. All right. He was disrespectful, and you know, we don't even know what camp it was, right? But what we do know is the Most High put the spirit on Jake to turn up and stomp that Edomite out because of what he was saying. They didn't appreciate this scoffer coming up, right? Letting you know that the famine of the word is coming quick, because they're going to try to demonize the men of the Lord. Oh, no. We can't have Edomites getting stomped out for scoffing. All right? Here's what happened to the Edomite. Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High. This is the house of the Most High. All right? So when you come up here and you just start talking shit and scoffing, hey, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Well, that fool was given the sacrifice of a damn fool. For they consider not that they do evil, right? Be not rash with thy mouth. This nigga was rash with his mouth. What's up, brother? And he got stomped out by a bunch of jakes that the Most High put the spirit of turn up on. You know them turnip greens? Them niggas was, they was eating turnip greens all day. Went down and was being captivated by the word enough so that when Satan shows up to steal the word away, and this nigga gets stomped out for giving the sacrifice of fools. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. This nigga was saying you're preaching the wrong thing. Well, says who? Why don't you go mind Edomite business? Go mind your Edomite business. like Vicky Dillon said, go mind your own white business. Go mind your white business. Go mind your own white business. What are you doing walking up on a bunch of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? And what possessed your mind, your heart, right, to try to control the narrative? Don't you know that that day is over? Nigga, you don't know that anything could happen out here on these streets at this point in time? Look at Karens. Karens are getting laid the fuck out here. Okay? Well, you put your hand on your hip and just check a nigga, thinking that we're not in the time of Jake getting turned up? That's what time we're in. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon the earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. Okay? And you was trying to tell these brothers that will put you to shame at the very least, because you don't know what the fuck you're what do you mean they're preaching the wrong thing? Have you become my enemy because I tell you the truth? Or were you my enemy before you opened your mouth in the first place? For a dream cometh through the multitude of business. Well, when you got knocked the fuck out, then you were in la la land. You were dreaming. Little Z's were rising up above your head. For a dream, right? Well, you were you were in dreamland, okay, and not Area 51. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business. You wasn't in mind your own white business. And a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. Well, you gave the sacrifice of fools, and you raised up your fool's voice, and as a result of that, Jake turned up and put you in dreamland. And that, right, that's what's going on out here in Babylon the Great right now. Okay? The Most High is turning shit up to the next level. All right? He put the spirit on the devil to turn up, spread his wings, and start blowing fire. He's doing that. Threatening, oh, but you ain't gonna feed your family. Not only are you not gonna feed your family, I'm gonna put your black ass to death. This dude's on a roll. Issachar walked by, I said, niggers line up over here. If you haven't taken that shot, we're finna put your ass to death. And he goes, yep. That's about where it's at right now. He agreed. He knows. They know where we're at with this. That's what hour we're in. Okay? What hour are we in? Or very, very close to it. The 11th hour, or 2 minutes to midnight, right? it is. This is Revelation 3 and 10. What hour are we in? All right. Well, what hour are we embarking upon? And I said the 11th hour, which is a figure of speech. All right. Or 1 minute to midnight. All right, brother. It's my wicked brother Esau right there. All right, brother. See, we could be as subtle as he. All right. And that's what the Apostle Paul was doing when he got marched before the magistrate. It's time to be subtle, right? You gotta be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove out here. All right, Revelation 3 and 10, Salah. Yes, 3 and 10. What hour? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. What hour are we in? Okay. They're going to move so quickly from the shot to the chip. It's going to be a chip off the old shot. Okay? Chip off the old shot. Chip off the old wicked ass jump shot. That's what hour we're in. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and rich. Salaki. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the blockchain, Salaki, had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So, what hour are we in? We're in the hour of temptation. All right? Or if we're not in the hour of temptation, it's 30 seconds before midnight. It's 30 seconds before the midnight hour of temptation. The midnight hour of temptation. And not temptation as in Eddie Kendricks, David Ruffin. Okay? Ball of confusion. All right? Papa was a Rolling Stone. If Papa was a Rolling Stone, nigga, Papa was a rolling great millstone. Right? About to put a nigga's ass to death. So anyway, all right, we can go ahead and end the camp, wrap it up. Beware of Esau, the so-called white man, the devil, and Satan, the old serpent, the dragon, the great red dragon, the wicked, the murderer, the thief, right? Because he walketh about seeing whom he can devour. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant. It means stand on your watch. Because your adversary, that's the word Satan, because your adversary Satan, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. He's going to trick you into that camp. Got some help for you. Well, FEMA will help. All right? Be sober, be vigilant. All right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in mine absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? So with that, we can say all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. All right? Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David. And with that, you brothers stay strong. Shalom.